1100 swapped 650 SX jet ski. It is the SeaRat. Gonna be taking this thing for a rip today. It's been a while since I did a video on this jet ski, so let me get you guys up to speed with what's going on. Last video you guys saw on this thing, I was fixing the engine. Then I talked about in the end of that video how it would idle perfectly, but it wouldn't really get up and go. So cleaned the carbs, and I did find some junk clogging some of the jets. So taking it out today to test it. So far today, I've only gone half throttle. It seems like it doesn't want to go any farther than half throttle. And this thing's an absolute beast when it's running correctly. So I'm gonna do some messing around with it here today and see if we can get this thing working properly. I've gone ahead and changed the spark plugs to brand new spark plugs just to eliminate that variable. And on these carburetors, you can't really adjust them without pulling them out, except for the front carb. So what I did was I adjusted the high-speed screw to give it more fuel on the high speed. So hopefully it'll be that range above half throttle, and we'll see if that makes any difference. Obviously it's just one carb, but I'm hoping that if I can feel any difference at all, then I kind of get an idea that that needs to be adjusted on all three carburetors. Here's the situation. The riding portion of the video that you just watched was from summer of 2021, and now it is currently January of 2022. I have done some work on the ski because clearly it still wasn't running properly. What's going on is that this thing runs pretty well. I don't want to say perfect, but pretty darn good from idle up to about half throttle. And then after half throttle, it just falls on its face. So there's something still wrong. And one of the things that I found is it was leaking water on the elbow here on both gaskets. So I took this apart, found out that the bolts weren't really securing it quite correctly. Threads were stripped out, so I had to helicoil that and helicoil this. So all the bolts have no new helicoils, gaskets on them, and they're all tightened down nice and tight. So we got the water leaks taken care of. I also went ahead and put a full rebuild kit in the carbs. I've cleaned them a whole bunch of times, but sometimes there will be parts that you can't tell are bad, and you just need to do a rebuild kit. So full rebuild kit. Took me a while to find a rebuild kit for these. Could not find original Kian rebuild kits. Kian, kind, however you say those things. So I had to kind of figure out what company was not sucky. So hopefully I got a good kit in here. It's supposed to be made in the USA. So those are fully rebuilt, ready to go back on. Next thing I got to do on this thing is get it all reassembled, get the carbs back on there. And then when we take it out for more testing, and hopefully it'll be running the way it should, because it's an absolute beast when it's running properly. Clearly this video was filmed during the summer of last year, because right now it's way too cold to get out there on the water. The thing about it is I wanted to have a resolution to this issue before I made this video. And at this point, I don't know for a fact that these two fixes are going to cure what is wrong with this. And what is wrong with it is that it runs great from idle to about half throttle, and if you can get it kind of up and going, it'll really fly. But once you give it anything past half throttle, it really runs quite poorly. It just kind of bogs out. So that's why I was thinking maybe something in the carbs, but also these gaskets weren't sealing very well, so it could have been getting water into the exhaust in spots where it wasn't supposed to. Thing about it is wintertime right now, and I'm certainly not going to go out there in the wintertime, and I don't think Jacob is either. So we're going to be waiting till it warms up before we test this thing. But if you want to see more SeaRat videos, I got the full SeaRat playlist available right here. And I'll have the next video on this thing right here when that is available for you guys to watch.